I had no plans to make a video today, and yet here we are, and I'm excited to be here, still feeling normal, still feeling like myself in a very good state right now, so that is very exciting. And today I just decided to make a video because I felt like it, which ties in with the theme of my life over the past little while, and that is the concept of just going with the flow. For me, that is embracing the ups and downs of setbacks, of hormones and emotions, which for me are still not quite back to normal with my whole concussion journey. But the idea of going with the flow essentially has been basically allowing myself to do whatever I feel like doing every day, which sounds ideal, sounds ridiculous. At the moment, I am blessed to have a lot of time off, and that has allowed me to recover, to get my health in order, to get myself back, which has been amazing. And so with all of this time, I have struggled to know how to use it. I have this compulsion to make the most of things. I always want to accomplish things and be productive and use my time effectively. And so I'm always torn between how to spend my time, what to do with my time. And the two big areas for me in that are the desire to have free time and fun and indulge in my hobbies and interests, creative things, learning, and then the desire to kind of take all of that or some of that and turn it into a career, turn it into income so that I can do all of that for a day job, that I can, work every day and enjoy my work. So I enjoy working hard. I'm not against, having a job, or, it's not like I want to just be lazy all the time and not have any responsibility. Like I do like working hard, and I have part-time jobs. I've had a number of jobs over the years, and I do like working for other people as well, but I just have so many interests and passions and hobbies that I just need a lot of time for. So I would love to just have an abundance of time, or to have that be income so that I don't need a full-time job or any jobs outside of what I do. So that's been the dream, but then there's this tension back and forth with, if it goes from just hobby stuff to career stuff, then there's a lot that has to change. You have to treat things as a business. You do have to force yourself to focus on certain things. And I guess career or not, the idea of the idea of focusing on something is something that has plagued me for many, many years. Like I genuinely like jumping around from thing to thing. I like dabbling. I need a variety. I need things mixed up all of the time. Sometimes I'm in the mood to create things, other times I'm not. Sometimes I'm in the mood to learn things, other times I'm not. And these are all things that I love, but my interests still rotate. And again, a lot of that is tied in with my emotions and moods and hormones and stuff. It is weird. I actually made a chart one time. I might have mentioned this before, but I made a chart, a scale basically of my moods and emotions, and then plotted the different types of creative things that I enjoy doing with each mood. One is conducive to writing, one is conducive to illustrating, and all of these things is very much dependent on my moods. And so I've always struggled with, do I jump around? Do I force myself to focus? And then I do force myself to focus on things, and then, I can do that, but then I also have this strong desire for autonomy and not being forced into things. And then if it's creative things that I enjoy doing, then even if I enjoy the thing, if I'm forcing myself to do it, then by principle I just have this slight aversion, and then it's dangerous, then I might start to resent it, and then I just abandon it and switch to something else anyway. So there's been this constant tug of war for the last 10, 15 years trying to figure out my life, do I keep dabbling? Do I try to make this a career, a day job? Do I force myself to focus on things? Or do I just let myself dabble, go with the flow? And this wouldn't be an issue if it was, again, just hobby stuff, then that's fine to just rotate through. But if it's career stuff, if it's wanting to be a solopreneur, content creator, whatever, then there is this narrative that like you do have to focus. You do have to treat it like a business. You do have to be consistent. You do have to show up all the time. And so this tug of war has plagued me for many, many years, and I still haven't figured it out. But I'm learning. I'm feel like I'm getting there. I'm getting in the right direction and part of that has been experimenting with this idea of going with the flow and just embracing all of it, embracing the moods. And so it has been so freeing to let myself just do what I want every day. And again, that's not just, lazily self-indulgent living where, I'm just binging shows and doing nothing with my life. Like I'm productive when I let myself go with the flow. I can get lost in working on a project for hours and the time just passes versus, if I were to set out a time and work on that project, if I'm not in the mood, it's not going to be productive. I'm going to procrastinate and then I'm going to waste so much time. And essentially, if I just embrace the mood that I'm in and whatever that's conducive to, I can still get a lot of work done, but it doesn't feel like work and it doesn't feel forced. And then I'm just like always productive and always using my time well. And that has been working really well. And I love that. There's still this dilemma of, do I treat certain things as a business? Right now in my life, I did decide, especially starting this channel, I had decided this YouTube thing was not going to be treated like a business at all to start. It was just getting my feet wet, enjoying the process of it. And with the time off initially, I had to focus on trying to generate my own income. So I started to create an online course, and then I abandoned that and just felt God calling me to not worry about making money right now, which is ridiculous when I'm burning through a lot of savings. But I switched gears from that focus on trying to make money, where I did actually, I think for 6 weeks, diligently force myself to work on this online course. I did force myself to focus, and that was good. It proved to me that like I can focus if I have to, but that was a priority of trying to generate income. And then I switched gears and then needed to just take time off from that and get other systems in place in my life for basically my whole life to be sustainable for whatever chapter is next, work-wise. A lot of decluttering is what I'm calling it, not just physical decluttering, but mental decluttering, just gaining clarity on things and figuring out priorities. And so the priority was always my health and stepping away from this need to make money and shifting into getting other areas of my life taken care of, which has been really good. And so right now, I don't have that pressure of I need to be focusing on creating income. I need to be using these creative hobbies as, business ideas and really focusing on that. So I have shifted to let myself have a lot of I don't even know where I was going with that. I think I was saying creative and free, but that came out anyways. I've shifted to giving myself a lot of creative free time lately, which has been so much fun. I've gotten into a side project of mine that I haven't touched in basically a year, and I felt like doing it, and it's just days in a row of working on that consistently. So I do have these times where I focus essentially for like a week. I feel like things switch gears after maybe a week. So this is a matchbook illustration project that I started many years ago, and I think the last 4 or 5 days in a row I've finished illustrating a matchbook, or one that I had already started that, I have files and files on my computer of half-finished ones, and so just pumping those out every single day for a number of days. And prior to that, there was a good week where I did a ton of work in this office. You can't tell, but this office was crammed full of stuff. I had a table in here covered in things. I had stuff under the table. The entire floor was covered in things. I had stacks and stacks of books, and I was able to get all of my books organized. I still don't have enough room for them all, but they're organized and in shelving along here. I'm working on my ephemera collection, trying to get it displayed and organized in this place for the first time. And that was something that, it had been on my list, but I didn't force it. I just felt like doing it. And I ended up working in my office for like 5 or 6 or 7 days straight. And it was just because I wanted to, because I was in the right mood. That, like when you're organizing things, you have to be in a certain headspace. When you're decluttering, you have to be in a certain headspace. Do I keep this? Do I get rid of it? It's a lot of mental decision making. Anyways, those are a couple examples recently of just the amount of productivity I've had in just letting myself go with the flow, embracing the emotions, and then as a byproduct, I'm also accomplishing things that are on my list that I do want to do, but it's just completely unforced, and it's enjoyable, and it doesn't feel like work, and I don't look at the clock and see how much time I'm putting in. Like when I was working on the online course, I had to do, I set timers and made sure I had X amount of hours each day that I had worked on it, so I could check off every half hour, take a mini break, check it off, and hold myself accountable to putting in that time. And then, if I'm in the right mood for things, then I can do a whole day, and time passes and I've spent hours and none of it was forced. And so, yeah, that's just basically the theme of my life lately is just going with the flow and embracing the ups and downs. And it's been so freeing and so fun and, productive. I feel like I'm using my time wisely, and a lot of that is freeing because I'm not working on trying to generate income, because that is its own beast. Because, you do have to force some things in that sense. But, it's amazing how well things have been going with just going with the flow, embracing the mood I'm in, and not forcing myself to finish certain things. I didn't finish my office, and I haven't touched it in a while, but I had a really good stretch when I was in the mood to do that. And so that mood will come back. I can finish my office then, and just, giving myself the freedom to rotate through things and leave things unfinished and just embrace whatever mood is conducive to whatever task. So that has been really neat for me lately. And then a huge aspect of that for me also has been the spiritual aspect. So with this time, I've also been trying to really seek God in my days, to tune into Him of, every step of the way, kind of, what do you want for my day type thing, kind of surrendering things to God and just taking things one day at a time as well. And that might result in, 5, 6, 7 day stretch of focusing on something, or every day might be different. And it's been amazing how He's shown up and blessed me in certain ways when I have surrendered things to Him. It's amazing how much easier life is when you let go of the need to control it all and actually surrender it to Him and just have Him guide things. It's like, oh man, I had none of this planned for the day, and it was way, way better than anything I had planned, because, God's plans are better than mine. So that's also been a major aspect of the past few months, and has allowed me to get some things done, and it's allowed me to grow spiritually quite a bit, which has been really exciting. So yeah, that is an update on how I've been living the past few months, and especially with taking what I didn't realize Saturday when I uploaded my video from coming back from a break was a 2-month period of no YouTube. And yeah, that was something that I was, again, trying to tune into myself with and go with the flow and not force creating videos. I do want to get back into making these, and I'm not putting pressure to have any consistent schedule, but like, this is the fastest I've ever made like 2 consecutive videos, just because I want to. I'm in the mood, taking advantage of it. It's exciting to embrace the ebb and flow of all of it. And so yeah, that is a bit of the journey of the past couple months of just doing whatever I want every single day. So yeah, taking advantage of this free time while I still have it. So yeah, that's been a blessing and an update on my journey. So thanks for being here, and we'll see you in the next one.